You can still get your life back. Get your life back. It's real. Get your life back. Get your life back.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm just trying to see if you can see me really well. Okay, because this is important. This episode is kind of personal, but I want it to be personal for you, and it's personal for me as well. So for those of you who are new, my name is Cheryl Howard. I'm a certified life purpose coach and a pastoral counselor and a mental health professional. And today I want to talk about why I go so hard at this. Why I go so hard on this channel. Why I became a life purpose coach. Why I entered the field of human services. Because I have a love for people and I love to see people win. But it also pains me when I see so many people live their full life without fully operating in their purpose and in their passion. When they have the existential crisis their whole life not knowing who they are, what they are supposed to do. Not understanding, because a lot of things we didn't get when we were young, are learning about alignment. Learning about doing things that align with who you are as a person. First you got to figure out and discover exactly who you are. What you have, what is your passion, what are your strengths, right? And then how do you overcome the various trials and tribulations that you go through so you can actually make that come into realization and actualization? How do you actualize yourself? Those are the questions that a lot of us have. So if you have or are the person who've been rejected, or you feel a sense of being overlooked, undercooked, underserved, abandoned, forgotten about, this is for you. It's for those of you who also are high achievers and you've made it to some degree, because some of us have hidden battles that we have that the world don't see. They see all the wins, but they don't see the loss, or they don't see the trauma that we deal with underneath all of that. And so this channel is for you. This segment is for you. And I want to talk about it because I went through my own share of fire. I had to jump through some hurdles. I had to find myself in a situation where I feel like I was underwater, where I was in the pressure cooker. Yeah, and I didn't know exactly how I was going to get out, but God made a way. And I always talk about community. It's important to be connected to a sense of community. Community can mean many things to different people. It can be the people around you, it can be your neighbors, but it can be the people that you align yourself with, because it matters. Because people you align yourself with, they see purpose in you. They see your purpose. You are with like-minded people, and when you're with like-minded people, they help you go higher. They help you reach your next level in life. God did not create us to be an island where you live by yourself. The devil is a liar if you have told yourself that. A lot of times you tell yourself that because you settle in life and you don't see a different life or different reality for yourself. So your mindset is, well, this is it, so I got to deal with where I am. And I know we have to find a sense of coping some kind of way so we can keep at least living. But you don't want to just keep living. You want to thrive. You want to thrive. And so I have a passion to see people thrive. And I am a witness. And I know for a fact, just working with so many people over the years as a life coach and as a mental health professional or counselor, that people are their happiest when they're doing things that matter to them, that gives them a sense of joy and passion. They are fully operating. They come alive. I've seen people whole demeanor change when they get to do something they always wanted to do. It's like you are flowing in who you are. This is you. This is you. Now, sometimes it takes us going through different trials and tribulations and trying different things in life until we come to the identification of who we really are. If you're intentional when you live your life about doing that. And if you're not, because a lot of us also grew up with everything's about survival mode. So you never even thought about even tapping into those hidden treasures, those gifts, those talents that you possess, those strengths that you have. You didn't even realize that you can turn it into something, that you can package all of those things you have and turn it into something greater to reach more people. It could be a business, it could be a ministry, it can be a service, it could be a program, it could be so many things, it can be a mission. And you didn't know because you didn't hear those words. Like the environment that I grew up in, I didn't hear those words growing up in the projects. I didn't fully knew I knew things I wanted to do and I wanted to try. Even as an artist at heart, singing and dancing and acting, that's me at the heart. I'm in love with music. I love, every time I watch certain shows or movies, I see myself there because that's a love that I still have. And I'm still trying to figure out a way, okay, how do I now transition, or not even just transition fully, but start doing some things on the side that speaks to that part of me? Because we are made up of different parts. There's different parts to us. So let's not look at people like they crazy, because you see they look like they have multiple personality, even though there is a disorder. However, we all have different parts to us. We have different hats that we wear in different environments. Come on, let's tell it what it is. Let's look at it. It is the truth. So I'm going to go over some things that I've written down, because I did not want to forget the things I really wanted to talk about. Okay? So again, make this personal. I want you to think about it, okay? Because I remember, me going after my divorce or going through my separation, having to just transition my whole life. And, that's another part of me, a part of me that was married. Now I'm by myself with my 4-year-old daughter. Now I'm living on my own. Now I have to reinvent myself, so to speak. What am I going to do now? Okay, Lord. How do I repurpose my life? Because my ex-husband was the main breadwinner. I had dreams and goals. Like, I was in the midst of cosmetology school when we separated. I was at the end. I was a couple of months away from graduating. And because I dropped out the first time and went back again in my late 20s, I said, okay, this time I am going to finish this, because I had a passion for doing hair. I used to do people's hair when I was growing up in the projects. Didn't realize I was an entrepreneur back then, because in an environment that I grew up in, it doesn't mean that there weren't entrepreneurs, because people tend to have the wrong idea or think that everybody who grows up in the hood, so to speak, or projects are poor. It's like, no, there was hard working, middle class working people in the projects too. Now, these are older people. Because I knew a lot of married couples in the project. They had they had jobs, nurses. I knew teachers, bus drivers, pilots, bankers, people who worked for corporate America, CEOs. They lived there. The rent was cheaper. They saving their money till one day they retire and buy a home. That's what a lot of them did. And a lot of those same people have moved on. Some not here. A lot are still here. And they went back south where their family came from, or moved different places. And now they laying back. They enjoying life, and they're traveling. So, not just because you live there means you're poor. But anyway, that's a whole nother discussion. But other than that, I didn't really hear people talk about entrepreneurship and business a lot. So I didn't realize I was an entrepreneur at heart. I'm discovering this stuff later on. And even now, I'm still learning about things I didn't know back there when it comes to business, behind business. I'm good for starting a business. I'm good for going ahead. I'm a visionary. So I take risks. I don't have that kind of fear. I step out and do it. Hey, if it don't work, it's okay. I already changed my mindset. I did my own work. I understand that it's better I try than not to try. I remember an old saying somebody taught me and my old girlfriend of mine, to not try is to fail, because you didn't even give it a try. I'd rather have I try than to have the I shoulda, coulda, wouldas. And I told the Lord, I don't want to have a whole bunch of I shoulda, coulda, wouldas and live with a whole bunch of regret at the end of my life here. And I don't want that for other people. So that's why I go hard. So having to reinvent my life and start all over again with a 4-year-old daughter, that's what I had to do. No high school diploma. Almost having a cosmetology degree. I'm a diploma. Working in the salons here and there. Because I was always doing some hustle on the side, making money. I was always entrepreneurial. Didn't realize it. Didn't have not only the lingo, didn't have the information. I'm sure they could have been accessed, but I didn't have anybody to give me the access so I can learn about these things as an older person. So I go hard for those of you who feel like it's too late. Some of you even convince yourself, it's later now. I should have did it back then. That time has passed. No, not always. Or guess what? You may not go back to doing something that you wanted to do back then, but there is still something that you can do. And it may be you using the same strength and talent, but in a different way. You just learn how to repurpose. That's what you learn to do. Repurpose it. Repurpose your life. Repurpose your strength. Repurpose your skill set. Learn how to translate it into something else. That's what I help people do as a life purpose coach. But as a mental health professional and life purpose coach combined together, and pastoral counselor, I help you overcome those traumatic experiences that keep you stuck in your mind mentally, emotionally, and even in your relationships. That's why I go hard. It pains me to see people who are not really thriving. They're in survival mode in a different form, because survival mode can be in various forms. I have my own survival mode of just grinding and really trying to reach a certain level of financial stability. But then you have a survival mode of someone who just settled in life and gave up and say, that ship done passed. It done passed. Especially when you're able. So of course, this is for those of you who have some kind of ability that you can still do something. Even if you have your right mind, you can do something. It was somebody sitting behind me, so I was trying to see if they was still, that didn't want to put him on the camera without his permission. You can do something. You can think a thing. You can help other people with the information that you have, with your experience that you have learned in life. You can do something. Turning this into an assignment here. So I talked about me because I wanted to make sure I shared this is not really a whole story about me, but it just let you know that I've been through my own experience with fires and floods and feeling like I was drowning or feeling like it was too late or I'm left behind. All those thoughts, self-defeating thoughts, if I would have allowed that to keep me stuck in life. And a lot of you are finding yourself stuck in life. And I'm here to help you become unstuck, okay? That's why I go hard. Lord have mercy. Because I have a heart for people. I have a passion for people. And I remember what it felt like to be invisible, like I said, and all those other things I've experienced. Now, yours may be rejection, abandonment. I experienced feelings of abandonment after my ex left me. Well, we separated. Right? You're just like, wow. I'm still uncooked. I'm still undone. I'm still trying to figure things out. I got married young. I was 22 years old. Now I'm maybe 29 or 30 when I'm separating. I'm thinking we're going to get a house together. We even went house shopping one time, just looking around, in different neighborhoods of what kind of house we want to get. I'm visualizing me because I had went to school and finally got I was working on at the time when we separated, almost getting my cosmetology license. Because like I said, I dropped out the first time, went back, and then I finally finished it. But this has gone through my whole separation. That was a lot of trauma right there. And I thank God that I was able to finish school. I had to go to school with all of this emotional hurt and pain. And thank God I developed some friendships while I was in school, so it helped me stay focused. I had developed a friendship with a close friend of mine at that time. Her name was Deborah. I used to, oh my God, I remember the Lord would use me to prophesy to her. Oh my God, such a strong woman of God. She's from Barbados, still alive, friends on social media now. But I remember there's certain people God put in my life encouraged me, even though they said I was encouragement to them. They meant a lot to me as well, because again, aligning yourself, and that's a big part of this message today. When you figure out who you are, you realize what goals you're working towards, so you can redefine yourself and repurpose your life. You have to be intentional about everything you do. That means even the relationships, the people that you align yourself with. They have to be about some kind of purpose. They're going to help you and you're going to help them. You're going to feed into each other. You're going to build each other up. That's the way you have to start thinking when it comes to reinventing yourself, and you want to go to the next level, and you want to actually thrive in life, and you want to operate in your purpose. You are very intentional about who you align yourself with and the type of environment that you're in. Your networks, your social, all of it. Because now you have identify the value within inside yourself, and you want to actualize that in you. And so now you have to make some changes in your life, because you're learning to translate everything that you have gone through into your purpose and destiny. How do I connect all of this? Well, part of me doing this, of why I go so hard, because I know what it is to feel like you're pulling yourself out of a pit situation, out of a dungeon situation. I'm just trying to find better light, guys, so you can see me. I know what that part feels like, picking the pieces of my life, putting it all together. And I love to help other people do that. So when you win, I win. I've always been one of those people that when other people achieve things, it felt like it was me. I get just as happy as if it was my win. Like, oh my God, I'm so happy. I'm an empath. I'm an empathic person, should I say. And that's a difference. I'm a Christian empath. But so the joy that I have from God and knowing who God is and what he can do, and then just me being a person who's full of a lot of empathy and compassion for people, and the grace that I have for people, I can tap into your feelings and your emotions. And I don't try to do it. It just happened naturally for me. So there's other people, when I see other people celebrate or achieve certain things, I can feel tears of joy inside myself as if it was my achievement. Always been that way from a little girl. I believe a lot of it comes from my mom, because she's always been that person who can celebrate other people. Even if she didn't have everything that they had, she still had this joy and love for other people. She would talk about, oh, so-and-so got this and that, and she'd just be genuinely happy for those people. I thank God for that part of the legacy of her that she left with me, those traits, personality traits that she left with me. So your story does matter. Things that you've gone through, like I said, you learn to translate it. It does matter. It has value. Your scars can become someone else's survival guide. That's what I mean by translating and turning everything that you've gone through into something. Whether it's a business, ministry, program, service, book, podcast, blog, anything. You just never know that you have the solution to somebody's problem. You have the answer to somebody's question. And if you approach life in that sense, then it gives you a sense of purpose. Like, I gotta do this because there's somebody waiting for me to make it through. And not only make it through, because God will use you while you're in it, in your transition. There's somebody that needs you right now while you're figuring it out. Just the fact that you're trying to figure it out is helpful to somebody else. Don't think you gotta be perfect and have everything all together before you show up. Show up now. Show up now. You know what? I hope this video is something that interjects you right now in your life. I don't want you to settle in life. God don't want you to settle and put a sign in the dirt here and go, well, this is it. This is why you've come to this channel. You needed to see this, because maybe you feel like giving up and you feel like, that's it, I'm drawing my footprint in the sand or whatever the case is. Nah, the devil is a liar. No. Align yourself with people who are doing something or who have a certain level of achievement doing something that you want to do. I want you to tap into those strengths. If you got to go back to your childhood, go back to your childhood. What is that love? What is that passion? What is something you said to yourself, I want to do this? Not even just a child, when you was a teenager, when you was an adolescent, when you were if you're not in your 20s and you older, when you were in your 20s, some of you need to go back to and restart that thing again, restart the engine. Let's do this. If you need help, I can help you. I'm a life purpose coach. You can DM me and put in the comment section you would like to work with me. If you have a particular thing that you need somebody to come along your side as your personal cheerleader and accountability partner, I will be that person. That's what a life coach is. Just making sure you stay accountable to your goals, your task. Come along your side and help you bring it into fruition. And if I got some resources that you can utilize, that's what we're going to do. If I can give you some tools you need to stay in the fight and don't give up, then that's what we'll do. That's what I do. That's what I do in my career. And that's what I do as a life purpose coach. And even as a minister, that's what I do. So I talked about a little bit about the power of alignment. That's going to help you achieve things. You are not an island. You can't be out here by yourself thinking you can do. No. Everybody needs somebody. Everybody needs somebody. Don't trick yourself. God created community. He created relationships. There's different type of relationships. So when I say relationships, I'm not talking about romantic relationships. That should be healthy too. I'm talking about the people, your network, your community. It don't have to be your neighbors. It can be groups online, some community that you are a part of where people are going to be checking in on you. How you doing? Where are you now with this? So even if you did have say one person you're working with as a coach or a therapist or counselor, whatever your needs are, you still need to find, you got to create a new community. Some of you have to do this because the community that you have, they're not going to be helpful. And it's not saying that you have arrived better than them, but you want better for your life. So you may have to leave them so you can go focus. And guess what? Your community may be good, but maybe you need to separate yourself and find a new community, because being around things that are familiar may not be helpful to you and you're not growing. You're not pulling yourself out. Maybe you need to hear new conversations from different people. I'm giving you some strategies now that you can apply to your life to help change. I'm out here eating pizza and salad and caramel latte and water and lemon. because it's a nice day out here. Those are some changes that you're going to have to make. Those are the small goals. Let's talk about the small goals, right? They're actionable. There's something that you can actually do. So that was the power of alignment. But I'm here to help people like you, those who are purpose-driven, or you want to become purpose-driven. You want to heal from some trauma that have stopped you in the past. You feel like there's something greater for you to do on this earth. You need somebody to help you pull those things out. You can just follow this channel, and I will help that in some of the content that I share, that it will help you in every stage. It's something, we all at different stages. So I hope you find something that helps you at whatever stage that you are in. Yes. So with the right people, the right career, the right job, all of that falls under aligning yourself with the right people. Yeah, being intentional. You're being intentional about living your life right now. And this is what I had to do, actually. I changed. And not that I had a lot of bad people in my life, not that. But when I wanted to I saw myself on a different level in life, I leveled up. I started developing friendships with people who are very progressive and very successful in life, or reaching toward their goals. Even if it was people who were going back to school, because now I had, when I went through my separation, I didn't have a high school diploma or none of those things. I didn't have a cosmetology license. I had to start all over again. I started being around people who are educated, people who were working towards their education. Those who already achieved it. I'm talking about they got master's and doctor's degrees, and I don't even have a GED. But I had some real friends, and I had some associates, even in the church that I used to go to when I lived in New York. Everybody was progressive. And when I started hanging in that community more and more and more, yeah, I'm good, thank you. When I started hanging in that community so much more, I really saw myself achieving. Like, I visualized myself being successful. And I saw myself going back to school, and I did it. So I had to overcome fear. I had to overcome self-defeating thoughts. I had to fight every day. Every day was a fight. I had to maybe declare affirmations, and I had to profess the word of God. I would use the scriptures, and I would say things to myself, everything like I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. God is not a respecter of persons. He loved me just as much as he loved the other person. Like, all these things help me to stay on course and not give up. I don't want you to give up. Being around these other people in my environment, that means men and women who even saw me. They saw the greatness in me. That's so important. And that's the wonderful thing about community. You need to be around people who see the vision, and they see you. They can see you at places. They speak life into you. Even if you don't have the words yourself, they're speaking and seeing, and you start to believe it, because there's more than, everybody can't be lying. And you start hearing this more and more, and then you start hearing this theme that follows you all the time, that people always see, no matter where you go, everybody picks this up about you. Pay attention to that. You're overlooking that. You're overlooking that. So it always starts with changing your mindset. You got to create some neuroplasticity. You got to create a new way of thinking and a new thought pattern. That means you have to change your language. You have to change your perspective. You have to change your perception of things. So I just wanted to tell you why I go so hard. Why I go so hard on this channel, because I'm here to help those people in all those different categories that I mentioned. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. Tell me if there's something else you would love for me to talk about more. Let's do it. Let's talk about it. And you asking, why am I here? You have an existential moment. It's okay. Let's talk about it. Let's discover. Or maybe let's recover those things. Maybe you're in a season of, I need to go back and recover. I need to return back to my passion. I need to return back to my first love. That thing in you, that thing you dreamed about, you desire. Write it down, make it plain. I got a video on that too. Love you guys. Let me hear your comments. Let me hear what nuggets, what you took away from this as a nugget for you to move forward. Don't wait for everything to be perfect, please. Just show up. Like I said, it doesn't matter what stage you're in. The fact that you have tenacity, like I said, and determination is enough help for somebody else. Like, wow, they're doing it. I need to get out here and do it too. Find yourself around people who you are saying that about. Like, wow, they doing it. I need to be around people like this. You might got to step out of your comfort zone to be with a new group. Do something different if you want to see changes. Do something different. Be bold. Be around bold people. Whoa, you'd be surprised with the stuff that come out of you. You didn't even know that was inside of you, because you decided to step out on faith. Give it a try. Have less of the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and have more of I tried it. I'd rather you have I tried it and didn't work than you not try at all. Like I said, I heard an old terminology back in the days, or a statement somebody said, to not try is to fail. Successful people learn from their mistakes. They tried. They learn how to redo it again, do it better, new and improved. Like you see products, new and improved. The fact that they had to put it out the first time is a blessing. And the fact that they can say, you know what, we're going to make this even better. Show up and step out first. And then you can always improve. That's giving yourself grace and self-compassion. Okay, I messed this up. This didn't go the way I planned it. But guess what? Now you got footprint. Now you have a foundation to build on. Set the foundation. Love you guys. Blessings.
You can still get your life back. Get your life back. It's real. Get your life